At approximately 6:30 p.m. on August 18th, a tornado caused extensive damage in southeast Dane County, in the townships of Dunn and Pleasant Springs, and in the northern portion of the city of Stoughton. Much of the damage occurred near the Lakeview subdivision and a smaller subdivision near Highway B in the northwest part of Stoughton. Damage in other areas of the county is also being assessed. The Stoughton tornado descended from a small but extremely powerful thunderstorm over the far southern part of the city of Madison. The tornado began its steady march towards the areas just north of and partially in the city of Stoughton. At the height of its power over the next 40 minutes, it reached an estimated width of 1/2 mile with winds exceeding 200 miles per hour. The storm was rated an F3 on the Fujita scale. The last similar strength tornado was nearly 10 years ago, and it was a very strong F4 tornado that leveled the city of Barneveld, Wisconsin on June 8, 1984. The path of destruction was 17 miles in length through farmland, a country club, and several large subdivisions. A fully coordinated emergency response began immediately, including an incident command center which was set up to coordinate all emergency services. Stoughton Police, Fire, and the Dane County Sheriff's Office were on the scene, along with support from over 65 EMS, fire, and police agencies from around the state and as far as southern Illinois. The sheriff assigned personnel to secure and protect damaged areas. Local and county highway departments mobilized immediately to clear the roads. Several of the hardest hit areas had serious gas leaks and extensive damage to electrical infrastructure that required immediate evacuation of all residents. Utilities departments reported that all storm-related gas leaks were contained as of 11:30 Thursday night. Crews from all over the state were on hand to support Stoughton utilities in repairing power lines. Utilities agencies reported that approximately 3,000 customers lost power. Preliminary reports indicated that 21 people were conveyed to local hospitals with injuries. The Dane County coroner confirmed one storm-related fatality caused by a building collapse. Within 2 hours of the incident, the American Red Cross had opened a shelter for displaced residents in the community building on the River Bluff campus in Stoughton. The Salvation Army also established an emergency canteen to serve first responders, emergency workers, and area residents affected by the storm, and provided food, water, and support continually throughout the entire disaster recovery process. The Stoughton Area School District was instrumental in providing substantial space for a variety of necessary recovery efforts, including the Red Cross effort, the volunteer effort coordinated by the DNR, and numerous press conferences. 3 different schools were used throughout the weekend. A midnight press conference was held on Thursday night, updating all local, regional, and national news agencies on the event and the continued response plans. Several conferences were held throughout the weekend to ensure proper information was disseminated to all area news agencies. A pass system was implemented to regulate access to the areas in and around Stoughton affected by the tornado. The pass identified the individuals as residents of the affected area. This process was intended to safeguard the security, property, and safety of the residents impacted by the storms. On Friday morning, more than 100 people had already lined up for the passes. DNR staff mobilized Friday from Antigo, Eau Claire, Wisconsin Dells, Necedah, Friendship, Dodgeville, Fitchburg, and other communities throughout the state to organize volunteers for the cleanup effort. Volunteers were coordinated at the Stoughton High School and received the necessary training, tetanus shots, food, and water before being bused to the affected areas. After a 2-day effort to mobilize volunteers to aid residents of the tornado-stricken area north of Stoughton, more than 1,700 people had carried debris from fields and lawns, piling it for removal along the roadways. A state of emergency was declared by County Executive Kathleen Falk Friday morning. In addition, at a 5 p.m. press conference on Friday night, Falk and Governor Jim Doyle added Richland County. County Executive Falk also requested that Governor Doyle seek a federal disaster declaration for Dane County from President Bush. He had already made a formal state disaster declaration for Dane County. Several emergency management meetings were coordinated between all reporting agencies, involving townships and governmental representatives. These essential meetings provided the necessary face-to-face communication to ensure proper planning and an accurate game plan to move forward through the recovery phase. A meeting for the impacted residents was called on Monday, August 22nd, at the Stoughton High School. Professionals from all areas of disaster support were on hand to answer citizens' questions and prepare residents for the FEMA tour scheduled for Tuesday. Coordinated by Dane County Emergency Management, this meeting provided information to residents on several agencies and organizations that could lend support. Following a complete audit by FEMA personnel, the following disaster information was released. It is estimated that 89 residences were destroyed, 67 residences sustained major damage, 84 residences sustained minor damage for a total of 240 residential structures damaged or destroyed. Agricultural loss estimates were 40 farm buildings destroyed, 5 farm buildings sustained major damage, 5 sustained minor damage, and 1,550 acres of corn, beans, and tobacco were destroyed. The estimate of dollar loss was $2,011,493 in utility losses, $35,543,750 in private losses, $229,200 in business losses, and $5 million in agricultural losses. The estimated total loss was $42,784,443. The Stoughton Area Fire Department was fortunate to have support from a variety of agencies to take over operation of the department to allow Stoughton firefighters much-needed rest. Responding departments served as Stoughton's fire department members for nearly 2 days and assisted the department and fire station cleanup, organization, and day-to-day operations. As the recovery continues, thanks go out to all the emergency personnel who responded to the Stoughton area's hour of need. We couldn't have done it without you.